The rest of you can use other microphones that are closer to you. And the one who is seated behind you will use the microphone at the far end there. It's there for you when your time comes to introduce yourself. Yes, please, we can proceed.
Thank you. My name is Ian Joseph Sakara, Chief Accountant.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, Committee. My name is Jason Ngoma. I'm the Internal Auditor for Chipangali Town Council.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, Honorable Members. My name is Edson Lungu, Director Planning.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, members. My name is Simpungwe Aubrey, the Assistant Director Engineering.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, members. My name is Victoria Banda, Director Human Resource and Administration.
Good afternoon, Chair and members. My name is Clement Marika, Senior Procurement Officer.
Thank you so much. AG's office.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, CS and your team. Good afternoon, other permanent witnesses. My name is Mashao Gabriel, Director, Eastern Provincial Audit Office. I'm accompanied by other officers who I would request to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mnalula Njovu, Principal Auditor, Chipata Audit Office.
Good afternoon. I am Lovinda Sinyani from the Planning and Research Department in the Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, CS and the management team. My name is Mulenga Chama, coming from the Office of Accountant General.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, members of the committee. My full name is Achubia Davis, Assistant Director, Local Authorities Department, Ministry of Finance, National Planning, Audit Division, and you're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson, and good afternoon to you once more, and the honorable members of your committee. Chipangali Town Council, you are welcome to this session. I'm Kazinga Kennedy, Permanent Witness from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Thank you.
Yes, Secretariat.
Good afternoon, Chair and your committee. Good afternoon, Chipangali Town Council. My name is Diveri Simbeye, and I'm from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon. My name is Maxwell Chireka from the Office of the Clerk.
Good afternoon, Chair. My name is Emmanuel Walia from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you so much, honorable members of Parliament. You can also introduce yourself, starting with the honorable member for Usakile.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chipangali Town Council, good afternoon and welcome to the committee. Karobo Pavyuma is my name. I represent the good people of Sakile constituency, Kitwe in the Copper Belt.
Honorable member for Mitete.
Chair, thank you so much, Chipangali. Yes, it clicked when you said outgoing. Yes, we are happy you are here. I am your servant. From Mitete, your humble servant, Mutelo Mishek. Let's be calm. Take it easy. You are not in court. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, honorable member for Kaumbwe.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, Chipangali Town Council, and welcome to your Committee on Local Government Accounts. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Petawe District of the Eastern Province. Thank you.
Honorable Dr. Singombe.
Chair, I'm grateful. Good afternoon, Chipangali Town Council. I'm Honorable Dr. Singombe, representing the people of Dondomwezi. Thank you.
The honorable member for Mofumbwe.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, and
Good afternoon, Chipangali. You are welcome to your committee. My name is Elliot Kamondo. I'm a Member of Parliament for Mfumbwe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chipangali Town Council. I'm Mwene Luhamba, Member of Parliament for Mangango, sitting in for acting chairperson for now. We can go through your submission, but just for the sake of guidance, in your submission, you just guide your committee to the cause of query, action taken, and remedial measure. The rest of the parts you can leave them out because the honorable members read everything in the night. They don't sleep. They read, so they read too much. So you can just go to those parts. You can get started. If there are any submissions that you wish to addendums to submit, you can please do so now.
Thank you very much, Chair. Corrections, Chair. When you look at page 2, where we are writing Appendix 1, and when you check our separators, you realize that we are using A, B, C, D instead of 1. So they go by Appendix 1 should be A, and the sequence should follow as such. Sorry, Chair, for making honorable members go through that.
So you are saying Appendix 1 is A, Appendix 2 is B, Appendix C is 3, and so on?
And so on, yes, Chair.
What is Appendix HI and JK? All right, so.
Chair, the other addition, allow me to withdraw an attachment which is on Appendix PQ. The first appendix, which is reading loan, 2022 loan empowerment.
You said you are withdrawing it?
Yes, Chair.
Are you replacing it with something else or
No,
not?
sir.
Everything? Or just the...
It's the list, just the list.
Just the list?
Just the list. Not everything, just the list, the first list. Sorry. Sorry, Chair, about that.
Because I was asking even on the financial statements whether you have also withdrawn them.
No, Chair.
All right.
With that, Chair, allow me to proceed with the presentation.
You can go ahead, please.
Thank you, Chair. Chipangali Town Council Chair. A, delayed implementation of 2023 CDF project. Chair, under here we had 5 projects which were delayed in the period under review. And the first project was procurement of water bowser. Cause of query, Chair, the bidding process for the project for the procurement of water bowser had inadequate funding. And the council through CDFC decided to vary funds from the rural electrification project to top up for the procurement of water bowser, which at the time of audit was still under procurement stage. Action taken, Chair. We wish to state that the water bowser was procured. Number 2, Chair, we have the procurement of tractor and tipping project funding, and the council through the CDF committee, we had to vary funds from the fencing of the dump site, which at the time of audit was at the procurement stage, Chair. Action taken, Chair, the tractor and the tipping trailer has since been procured. Fencing of the dump site, Chair. The Constituency Development Fund Committee decided to allocate funds contrary to recommendations of the dump site. That is after appraisal, Chair. Consequently, Chair, the fencing of the dump site could not be actualized due to inadequate funding, leading to the delay in the delivery of the service to the community. Action taken, Chair. The project has since been budgeted for under the 2025 CDF and has since been approved by the provincial government officer. Rural electrification project. This was due to the late response by Rural Electrification Authority on the request to provide the BOQs following the submission of a list of the public institutions recommended for public power connection. This, Chair, led to the delay in the implementation of the project, thereby depriving our communities of the accessing the service. Action taken. The local authority resolved to vary the funds from the electrification of the public institution project to the procurement of water bowser as a result of non-response by Rural Electrification Authority in this accounting year, Chair. Number 2, Chair, the project was budgeted for under the 2024 CDF and has since been approved by the provincial government officer. Number 5 project under this category, Chair, has to do with procurement of maternity equipment at Mushawa Clinic. Chair, we wish to state the cause of query here is that this was because the delay was caused because the project was not initially part of the approved list of the 2023 project. Out of realizing the savings, the local authority through CDFC varied some funds of the savings from the completed projects in the 2023 and proposed a project for the procurement of equipment. And Chair, here we are indicating that the project, that is the maternity annex, maternity equipment, has since been procured. Chair, I refer you to Appendix A for further clarification. Remedial measure, Chair. Management will endeavor to ensure that the projects are budgeted for and implemented accordingly. B, Chair, had to do with delayed completion of projects, that is the grading of roads. Chair, we had the management response. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the cause of query and action taken are as shown in the table below. Number 1, poor workmanship, that's Zie turnoff to Chanyumbu. The routine maintenance on the road was scheduled but was not done at the time of audit, awaiting resource allocation. The routine maintenance on the queried stretch of the road, Chair, we wish to indicate that was done as scheduled. The Tamanda turnoff to Mwasezenenes checkpoint, the Gari formation at kilometer 4.5, and the broken culvert at 8 kilometers. The routine maintenance on the road was scheduled but was not done at the time of audit, awaiting resource allocation. The scope of works didn't initially include the installation of culverts at 8.1. That is the reason why the culvert was broken. It is, even when we are grading, Chair, it was broken. Action taken, Chair. The routine maintenance on the road was done as scheduled and installation of the culvert is underway after allocation of resources in this current year. Number 3, Chair, Mwase to Chalumbwe 13.4 kilometer stretch, water collecting at kilometer 4.4. Chair, the cause of query, we are indicating that we had scheduled the routine maintenance which was not done at the time of audit. And action taken, Chair, we are indicating that the routine maintenance of the road was done as scheduled. Remedial measure, Chair. Mwaisen, supposed to be Mwaisen, Chair. I refer you to Appendix 2, Appendix B for further details, Chair. Remedial measure. Management will endeavor to ensure that it budgeted for the installation of culverts on the all roads which we are grading and the culverts are needed. Number C, Chair, has to do the delayed completion of projects, that is drilling of bores.
There it is corrected as delayed completion of 2023 projects. I believe that's how it should read, not so.
Where, Chair?
On C, where it is saying delayed completion of projects, drilling of boreholes.
2023, yes.
It should be 2023 projects. Okay.
Management response, Chair. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that at the time of audit, they were Sorry, Chair. Management response. Drilling of bores. This was due to the drilling of 47 bores instead of the planned 41. Funds have since been paid to the area pump minders who were engaged by the local authority to equip bores, as the local authority has its own drilling league. Number 2, delayed completion of construction of Kasenga Mini Hospital. Chair, we are indicating that the cause of query here is that this was due to the land encumbrances between Kasenga Secondary School and the local authority. The construction of the mortuary at Kasenga Mini Hospital has since been completed, Chair. Number 3, delayed installation of corpse storage at Kasenga Mini Hospital. Chair, the cause of query is that this was due to the delay in the completion of the construction of Kasenga Mini Hospital, which was to be completed before the installation of the corpse can be done. Number 3, the corpse storage at Kasenga Mini Hospital has since been installed. Appendix C, Chair, refers to the details. Management on remedial measure, Chair, wishes to promise that it will ensure public institutions are secures with land for the projects and other properties are put on title. Number 1, undelivered desks at Kasonjola Primary School. Management response. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that at the time of audit, there were 50 desks that did not meet the specifications and were rejected but had not been replaced by the supplier. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report that the local authority wrote to the supplier concerning the rejection of the 50 desks. The 50 desks have since been replaced and delivered to by the supplier, Chair, to Kasonjola Primary School. Appendix number D, Chair, refers to the details of the evidence we have attached. Remedial measure. Management will always endeavor to ensure that quality desks are supplied to the schools in the district in line with the presidential directives. Chair, cross-cutting issues. Management response. Cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's findings and wish to state that the retained funds were for motor vehicle insurance. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the funds were spent on motor vehicle insurance. Appendix 5, Chair, refers to the evidence. Remedial measure. Management wishes to state that the local authority will endeavor to spend funds within the financial year. Total unspent funds. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding and wishes to state that the closing balance as at 31st December 2023, Chair, according to the financial statement and the bank statement, was 12,665,151 as per audited financial statement. However, Chair, we wish to indicate that what was quoted in the report is 11,861. We have attached the details of the particulars of the 12 million. That is as far as how we have managed to reduce it. Projects, Chair, the expenditure is 4,008,000. The cause of query, this was as a result of work in progress for projects for 2022 and 2023 projects. The Council has since spent the funds. On empowerment loans, Chair, we wish to indicate that the cause of query was as a result of failure to submit necessary required documents by the beneficiaries in the financial year. Chair, we wish to indicate that the loans were disbursed to the beneficiaries after the submission of the required documents. Empowerment grants, 468,308. Delayed of submission of bank account details by the beneficiaries. Paid together with, and these were paid together with the 2024 beneficiaries. Number 4, Chair, had to do with the bursaries, that is 1,784,900. This one was a result of the low turnout of applicants for bursaries. The funds were valid towards the procurement of your desks, which have since been spent accordingly. Administrative expenses, Chair. Funds for the 2023 were spent in the 2024 activities. The funds have since been spent. Chair, we had the mopped funds of 5,153,000, and this was in line with the cause of query, Chair, was in line with the financial management circular number 7 of 2024 on cash management. The funds requested, funds requested and received back in the account, and we have spent accordingly. Chair, I refer to Appendix F for further details. Management wishes to state that the local authority will endeavor to ensure that the funds are spent within the accounting year. And spends for funds, Chair, of on community projects. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to state that the local authority overspent on the community projects component by 2 million. This was as a result of the variation of funds for the secondary boarding skills development to the procurement of desks. The expenditure from the 5% disaster contingency, that is 264, for epidemic preparedness and prevention control during the cholera outbreak, and 62,598 for the support to curb the cholera outbreak in schools. Further, management wishes to state that the queried amount received was exclusive of the disaster component mentioned above. Action taken. Management wishes to state that the unspent funds from the secondary boarding and skills development component were utilized to procure the desks. Also, Chair, the balance, the 5%, was used to procure the cholera materials and distributed in the public institutions accordingly. Approval letters for desk and disaster component attached. Remedial measure. Management wishes to state that the local authority will endeavor to ensure that the funds are spent in line with the CDF guidelines. And spent for funds, Chair, empowerment grants. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings that the local authority overspent on the empowerment component under the grant category by 3,819. As a rationale behind the disbursement of the funds to the beneficiaries, Chair, was on an amount of approval by the Provincial Constituent Development Fund Committee based on the allocation, that is the 40% of the 20% of empowerment after administrative component, rather than the actual funds which were received by the local authority. Action taken. Management wishes to report that upon the approval of the empowerment grants, the funds were disbursed in line with the allocation of the 2023 Constituent Development Fund. Appendix JK Chair is attached for further details. Management will also endeavor to ensure that the funds in the respective components are spent accordingly in line with the allocated funds as guided by the Constituent Development Fund allocation. Chair, the table number 2.3 is the same as 2.2. You can move to 2.4. Secondary school and skills development bursaries. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to state that the local authority underspent the secondary boarding skills development. This was as a result of the low tenant of the learners on this category of the CDF component, resulting in the local authority requesting for a variation. So this was the contrary from the other side, which affected this other side, Chair. And here on action taken, Chair, we are indicating that management wishes to report that the local authority requested for the approval or the variation as a result of low tenant of student learners that side, and the approval was granted, and we since procured the desks. We have attached the necessary document as Appendix L. Remedial measure. Management will always endeavor to ensure continuous sensitization of the community on the bursary component for Constituency Development Fund allocation. Chair, unspent funds. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding and wishes to state that the local authority overspent the admin component by 426 due to the need for the use of the resources for activities and programs for the subsequent year. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes and accounted for funds of the funds. Appendix number M, Chair, refers to the details of the attachments to support our argument. Chair, management will always endeavor and account what current is received. Appendix 3, Chair, community projects. Management, cause of query, management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's observation and wishes to state that 37 community projects were completed and handed over, but not commissioned due to lack of auxiliary action taken. Management wishes to state that out of the 30 completed, 27 were handed over and commissioned, whereas 10 projects which were completed but not commissioned had supporting structures budgeted for and approval for the funding in the 2024 and 2025 Constituent Development Fund to ensure operationalization of the project was achieved. Appendix number N, Chair, refers to the documents we have attached. Remedial measure. Management will endeavor to ensure that the projects are funded to, including supporting structures, to ensure operation of the projects after completion within the stipulated period of time. Appendix number 5, Chair, that is analysis, that is women empowerment. Chair, I wish to also request that this is the same as the other one we had. We can move to the other one.
Yes.
Performance analysis, soft loans, Chair. Management response. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to state that the Council gave out CDF loans amounting to 6,093,890. This amount includes the loans for 2022 and 2023, as tabulated below. Empowerment loans. In the year 2022, we had a balance brought forward, Chair, of 2.9. And the applications we received was 6 million. It came to 6,093,000. Cause of query, Chair. The local authorities based the 2022 loans to the beneficiaries in the year 2023. Action taken. During the period under review, Chair, the Council gave out the loans amounting to 6,093,890, which includes loans brought forward from 2022, that is the 2.9, and in the year 2023, the total amount of loans we gave out in the very year, Chair, was 3,167,000. Chair, you can have a reference of Appendix PQ. For further details. Management will endeavor to ensure that the funds are spent within the financial year. Appendix number 9, failure to recover loans, Chair. Management response. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to state that at the time of audit, the local authority had not recovered an amount of 905,631 from the 33 loan beneficiaries out of the 45 who defaulted due to various reasons such as drought as a major economic activities in the district are agriculture related. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report to this committee, Chair, that the local authority has engaged the beneficiaries and has recovered an amount of 772,735 out of the 905 from the defaulting beneficiary, which have since been recommended for award to the new loan applicants. Appendix number R, Chair, refers to the details. Remedial measures, Chair. Management will always endeavor to intensify monitoring, sensitization, and engagement of all loan beneficiaries on the importance of not only repaying but as well as timely repayment of the loans. Appendix number 13, Chair, analysis of performance. Under here, Chair, management response. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding that the queried amount of 6 million, that's cost of desk 70,000. But we wish to indicate, Chair, that in the year 2023, the total amount of money reserved by the CDFC committee and approved by the provincial government office was 6,135,000. And the Chair, under here, we had budgeted that on average of about 1,500 one desk, we are supposed to procure 4,090 desks. Cause of query, Chair. We wish to indicate that the cause of query was due to the delay in the delivery of desks, Chair. And action taken, Chair, we are indicating that the desks worth 783,275 have since been delivered. Chair, we have attached Appendix S, that the list of the approved 2023 community projects and approval letter. Remedial measure. Management wish to state that the local authority will endeavor to ensure that desks are delivered as stipulated in the contract. Chair, with your permission, earlier substandard desks of 50, which we had already read out, and we wish to indicate, just as we indicated earlier, that the 50 desks delivered by the contractor to Kasonjola Primary School. Chair, that is where my report ends. I thank you.
Thank you so much, outgoing CS, as you address yourself. That's how you introduce yourself, isn't it? Now it's time for points of clarifications. Honorable Member for Mufumbwe.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, and I want to thank you, Mr. Ndola, for your commitment that you were here yesterday and today. You are here. Is it yesterday? Yes, that's good of you. However, I have some few points of clarifications. The first one, I think what I'll do is I'll go to the same, I'll add them so that I speak to the two which are almost speaking to the same issue of desks. On page 6, Appendix 3, as well as page 17, Appendix 14, they are speaking to the same issue. Chairperson, I'm interested in the 50 desks which were not delivered as per query. The same desks actually have been captured as let me just read the title here, which was the last one, as delivery of substandard desks. I'm sure these are the same desks.
Yes, Chair, they are same desks.
Thank you. And you have indicated to this committee that these desks were delivered by this contractor after having rejected them as a council, which was a good thing. However, this committee is not satisfied with the information and the evidence that you have tendered. I would like to find out from you, if at all, because in any delivery, what I know is that there is supposed to be a issued note of voucher, and another one which is a goods received voucher or not. But having gone through the evidence that you have tendered, some of those documents are not there. Could you kindly avail to this committee the evidence, a pictorial evidence, to show that indeed these desks were